Real estate investing is still the best asset class to move you towards financial independence. But in a transitionary market like the one we're in today, not every deal is going to work. Today, we're going to review a deal that was submitted by a member of the BiggerPockets community to see if it will help our member move closer to his financial independence number. Hey everyone, it's Dave, and today we're looking at a deal that was sent to me in a market that I know a little bit about, and it's a market that has been really hot over the last couple of years. That is Rochester, New York. I actually went to college at the University of Rochester way back when, and so I did live off campus a couple of years, so I'm sort of familiar with the area that we're talking about today. And if you've been paying attention to some of the regional variances in the housing market over the last couple of years, you would see that Rochester and all of Western New York, Syracuse, Buffalo have been some of the most popular markets, some of the fastest growing markets in terms of home prices and rent. And so I'm eager to jump into this market because, to be perfectly honest with you, when I was there in school, I would have never guessed that Rochester would have been one hot market 15 years later, but maybe it is. Today's deal comes from a member named Armin, and the deal he's sending to us is a duplex. Purchase price is $240,000. He's proposing using a down payment and interest rate of 30-year fixed, 25% down, 7.5% interest rate. He's expecting to be able to get a total of $2,800 per unit, which I already like as I'm going through this because that means it's above the 1% rule. This means that there is a good chance that this deal is going to offer at least break even, if not better cash flow. Armin's looking at a buy and hold deal and is not going to be rehabbing this. So this should be a relatively easy deal to analyze. Let's check it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is just check out a little bit about this property. I like that it's painted blue and yellow, like the Rochester Yellow Jackets. I doubt that's really why it is, but those are our school colors. The other thing that I like is that it's 4-bed, 2-bath, and that it's a big property, 2,300 square feet. It's also been on the market 108 days, which means the seller, interesting. So it means that the seller might be willing to negotiate. But what's funny is that Armin sent me this deal like a week or so ago. And now I'm seeing that this property went pending for $200,000. He sent it to me that it was listed for $240,000. So hopefully this is Armin's deal and he actually got this thing under contract. That's what pending means. It means that it's under contract right now for $200,000. So well below the list price. So let's just analyze this deal, hoping this is Armin, at $200,000. We'll also just look at a couple of these photos just to see the condition it's in. It looks okay. You got hardwood floors. Plaster looks like it's in decent shape. The floors actually look pretty good. Paint is an interesting choice, but that's an easy one to fix. I like these floors. They are shiny. Okay. Kitchen looks pretty solid. It's not like the most luxurious kitchen, but the appliances look relatively new. It's spacious. This looks like, I see why Armin said he's not going to renovate it. It looks like this was recently, some money was put into it. It's still an old property, which is something we're going to have to think about when we model our maintenance and repairs costs. But it looks like a lot of the upfront work to make this ready for tenants has already been done for us. I'm also just going to scroll down here, check out a couple of different facts. Rent estimates for $1,600. That's for just one side. The forecast for growth here, I like that. 3.5% for this next year. 26% for the following year. I'm not going to be that aggressive, but I think that's just important to know to see what the machine learning is. Taxes are high here at $5,300, but let's see if this thing cash flows. I'm going to move over now to our rental property calculator. All right, so I'm just going to put in Rochester here because I don't want to put the specific address, and then we're going to move on to our purchase price, which was $199,900. I'm going to assume closing costs for this are something around $5,000, and I'm not going to be rehabbing. If you ever want to run a deal and you're going to rehab, you can just click this button and do that, but I am not going to do that, and I'm just going to move ahead because Armin said he's not doing a renovation. He did say he was going to put 25% down, and he's being quoted at a 7.5% interest rate, and points charged will probably be 0. Loan term, he said he wanted to do a 30-year fixed. Next, rental income. Armin said he could get $2,800 for this place, and property taxes were $5,300. Insurance for a property like this is probably going to be like $1,200. For repairs and maintenance, I'm going to jack it up a little bit. That place actually looks like it's in good shape, but I'd be worried just the age of the property in a really cold environment that you're going to have decent amount of repairs and maintenance. So I'm going to put that at 10%. I'll also put vacancy at 6%, and I'll put capital expenditures at another 5%. And move on to management fees. I don't know if Armin intended to self-manage. He didn't mention that. But since I'm an out-of-state investor, I'm going to put 8% for my management fees. And then nothing for any of the utilities because I assume my tenants are just going to pay that. So that's it. I just analyzed this deal, knowing what we know about this property. The machine learning model, I should mention, said that, expects 3% appreciation next year and 25 over the next 3 years. I personally like to underwrite these deals conservatively. So when I put under this property value growth, I think 2% is very modest. It's probably going to be higher than that, but I like to do this conservatively just to make sure that even in a worst case scenario, this deal is going to work. And boy, this deal is definitely going to work. Even using my conservative estimates here, we are seeing an 8.7 cash on cash return, which is excellent. $400 a month in cash flow, which is really, really good, especially considering the total amount cash that you need to put in, down payment, closing costs, is going to be about 55 grand. And the thing I like most about this deal is that it's not just a cash flow deal, because you can find these types of 8.7% cash on cash return usually in a market that's not growing, not expected to appreciate, or in really rough neighborhoods in a good market. But this location in Rochester is pretty solid, and it's in a market that at least, our machine learning algorithms think are going to grow above the average. And I put under the long-term average appreciation. So if it grows more than that, you're probably going to beat this 11% annualized return. So I really like that. Of course, I do want to always caveat when I do these types of videos, I want to say that if you're going to buy something like this, you should do a little extra due diligence, double check these rent numbers, double check these expenses. I'm doing them quickly just to show you guys how to do it and to show you that there are good deals on the market. That deal was an MLS deal that Armin found. I'm assuming he bought it and was able to buy it for nearly, 15%, 20% under the asking price, and is going to be able to generate great cash flow from this deal. If you want to pursue financial independence through real estate, you too can find these types of deals. Hopefully, through this video, I've shown you that this is actually not that hard. You just need to know what markets to look in and how to analyze these deals. Hopefully today, we've helped you with at least one of those things. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to tune back for more videos here on the BiggerPockets YouTube channel to ensure you are finding the best ways to pursue financial independence through real estate. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.